Check, check. $27 to learn how to make money from other businesses' forgotten leads using AI and human closers. No technical skills needed, no capital required, just employees necessary. No employees necessary. Just plug into someone else's dead CRM database and start cashing checks. But here's what they're not telling you. You need to convince a business to give you access to their entire lead database. Then somehow resurrect leads that have been ignored for months or even years. And then close high ticket sales on top of all of that. Still sound easy? Hi, I'm Hunter. I've been making money online for over 5 years now with a variety of different methods. Online income has allowed me extensive freedom and opportunity in my life. For me, that's been the ability to fulfill my dream of traveling and living around the world. And on this channel, I review the most popular online business models right now and the courses that teach them so you can realize whatever your dream is too. Today we're breaking down Joel Yee's AI Activation System, AI Activator System. This is a $27 digital marketing course that teaches you how to use a hybrid system of AI tools and human closers to revive old lead lists for what Joe calls sales farming. Quick disclaimer, I'm not affiliated with Joel Yee or his course at all. I'm just giving my honest opinion based on my own research, my experience in digital marketing, and the reality of what this business model actually requires. Although AI marketing is evolving rapidly, my favorite online income opportunity is being a digital landlord with the local SEO lead generation model, which you can learn more about by clicking the link in the description below. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what you get with AI Activator System, why the no skills needed claim is a bit misleading, and if there's a better way to make money online in 2026 without begging businesses for access to their old leads databases. Now, let's dive in. First, who is Joel Yee? Joel Yee is a high-ticket strategist and founder of AI-driven programs like the AI Activator System and AI Rental Profits. This guy actually has legitimate credentials, which is refreshing in the online course space. Joel rose from a commission-only closer to a sales manager and later became head of sales for Dan Lok, the man himself. If you don't know Dan Lok, he's a pretty well-known figure in the high-ticket space. Joel led a team of over 100 closers, which helped Dan Lok scale to millions in annual revenue. Closer teams under Joel have made over 250 million in sales. That's a verifiable track record. Joel then worked with other big brands and creators like Tom Wang, Ryan Pineda, Judy, Rudy Watt, Rudy Mauer, and Brandon Carter. So he's not some random person who took a course 6 months ago and is now teaching others. Originally from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Joe moved to the US as an international student. He won a state championship as a sprinter at age 15 before eventually earning 2 bachelor's degrees. On his path to US citizenship, Joel took the military route and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the US Army Reserve. Joel Yee is a Forbes Business Council member, has been featured in publications like Entrepreneur and Dragon 100, and is a TEDx speaker. So unlike some of the other courses we've reviewed, Joel actually has real credentials and a proven track record in sales. So, what exactly is the AI Activator system? AI Activator System is a digital marketing course that teaches you how to use a hybrid system to revive old lead lists. The course focuses on using both AI marketing tools and human closers for what Joe calls sales farming. Sales farming refers to Joel's concept of nurturing and harvesting old and forgotten leads instead of constantly paying for new ones. Joel says that businesses spend a fortune on ads, but 80% to 90% of leads don't buy and are forgotten. The AI activator's job is to reactivate those leads. The hybrid model uses AI for tedious low value work and skilled human labor for high value work. AI automates tasks like shifting through old leads and sending initial outreach. Tasks like building rapport and closing sales are done by skilled employees or yourself if you have the skills. Here's the four-step process. Here's how the four-step process works. First, access the database. Get access to your client's list of old unconverted leads. Second, AI re-engagement. Use Joel's Harvest AI tool to send personalized messages to these leads to identify who is still interested. Third, human takeover. You or a hired closer starts a conversation when a lead responds positively and tries to make a sale. Fourth, get paid. Earn commissions from every sale you close. The course targets new and existing agencies looking to expand their offers. Students learn how to avoid saturated marketing markets by offering lead revival with closing services. For just $27, you get the complete breakdown of the AI activation model, the step-by-step process of Joel's strategy to make his first $100,000, case studies of businesses using his strategy, and Joel's funnel template. Joel also uses a high-ticket consultation program for established agencies that tackles sales farming, sales processes, and sales agency services. That's where the real upsell probably comes in. The course is a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is good. Now let's talk about reviews. AI Activator system reviews are non-existent. We found no I found no user feedback or student testimonials outside the promotional materials. No Trustpilot reviews, no Reddit discussions, no YouTube testimonials. Nada. Nilch. Zip. While there are no student reviews for Joel's course, he is a verified marketing expert with testimonials from high-end brands and clients that he worked with. So we know Joel himself does have credibility. But we have no idea if his students are seeing results from this course. The lack of independent reviews is a bit concerning. It's possible the course is brand new and reviews haven't accumulated yet, or it's possible students aren't seeing the results they hope for and aren't leaving positive reviews or any reviews at all. We just don't know. Let's break down the pros and cons. Now let's break down the pros and cons. On the pro side, the founder Joel Yee has a verifiable track record. That's a big deal compared to anonymous creators or people with questionable backgrounds. The course is beginner friendly in terms of understanding the concepts, and the strategy of nurturing old leads does lower customer acquisition costs since you're not paying for new ads. But there are significant cons you need to consider. First, high ticket closing is an extremely difficult skill to master. If you don't hire closing experts, you need serious sales skills. Joe makes it sound easy, but closing high ticket deals is one of the hardest skills in business. Second, the business model requires access to other businesses' leads databases. Think about that for a second. You need to convince a business owner to give you, a stranger, access to their entire CRM of a customer data. That's a huge ask and requires significant trust. Third, the real money is in high ticket B2B sales, which is difficult for beginners to break into. The $27 course might teach you the framework, but executing it successfully is another story entirely. Now let's talk about Joel's claims and the reality behind them. Joel makes four main claims. First, he claims to have personally made over $3 million since 2018. Second, he claims you don't need any technical skills, capital, or employees to start with his system. Third, He claims the skills you learn can never be replaced by AI and become more valuable as AI improves. Fourth, he claims his model is the simplest and fastest path to profit from the AI revolution. Let me check these realities. Let me just check the realities of these claims. Joel's $3 million income claim is legit. Closer teams under Joel have made over 250 million in sales. However, it's important to note that the bulk of Joel's income comes from high-ticket B2B consulting. He's working with big brands and established businesses, not starting from scratch like you would be. The system is easy to understand, but high-ticket closing is hard to master. If you don't hire closing experts, you need serious sales skills. You also need marketing skills and a budget to land clients to even get started. This makes Joel's claims that you don't need any technical skills, capital, or employees very misleading. You need at least one of those things to succeed. Joel's claim that AI can never replace the skills you learn are true. Human oversight needs to be balanced with AI automation. AI doesn't have the critical thinking of the human mind and will always resort to its programming. High-ticket sales requires empathy, rapport building, and objection handling that AI just can't replicate yet, and maybe not ever. But here's where the claims fall apart. AI Activator System's sales farming model is not the simplest and fastest path to profit from the AI revolution. MailChimp's data found that the average email open rate for old lists falls below 10% because of list decay. Furthermore, Salesforce says the closing rate for revived leads is just 5 to 10%. These numbers show that the model does not lead to profits fast, and is a bit harder than Joe indicates. Let me explain what reviving old leads actually feels like. In my years of doing digital marketing, using AI to revive old leads and human agents to close sales is like running an offense at Lambeau Field where the playbook looks perfect in the locker room, but you can fall apart when one part goes wrong. It's the same way it's the same way where one bad batch of emails can shove everything into spam no matter how good the strategy looks on paper. Relying on old leads is like trying to mine your friends list on MySpace, where almost everyone has moved on years ago. AI can sort and score old CRM records, but can't magically turn stale, low intent leads into a profitable pipeline. Here's what nobody tells you. AI can personalize at scale, but cannot override poor deliverability. Even the best AI crafted outreach gets routed to spam without proper authentication like SPF, DKIM, and DMARC, plus list cleaning. You need tools like Instantly, SmartLead, and Warmbox to help with inbox placement. That's more technical knowledge and more costs that weren't mentioned in the no technical skills or no capital needed claims. And here's another major challenge. You need access to other businesses' lead databases. How exactly are you supposed to get that as a complete beginner? Business owners are protective of their customer data, as they should be. They spent money acquiring those leads. Why would they hand over their entire database to someone with no track record? The answer is they probably won't. Unless you already have relationships with business owners or you're an established agency, getting access to these databases is going to be extremely difficult. And even if you do get access, you're dealing with leads that have already been contacted and didn't convert initially. These are cold, stale leads at this point. The business already tried to sell to them and failed. Now you're supposed to magically revive them and close the deals? That's a tough sell, literally. Plus, you need to be able to close high ticket sales. Joel comes from the high ticket closing world, working with Dan Locke himself. These are 5,000, 10,000, and even $50,000 deals. Closing at that level is a specialized skill that takes years to develop. You can't just watch a $27 course and become a high ticket sales closer. You need reps, man. So, is AI Activator System worth it? Here's my honest take. So, is AI Activator System worth it? Here's my honest take. AI Activator System offers a real opportunity for marketing agencies that already have relationships with businesses and access to their leads databases. Joel Yee's hybrid sales farming method could work if you have the sales skills to close high ticket deals. For $27, you're not risking much money, and Joel's credentials are legitimate, which is more than we can say for many courses out there. The 30-day money-back guarantee is also positive. But for beginners with no sales experience, no business relationships, and no access to lead databases, this model is going to be extremely challenging. The no skills, capital, or employees needed claim is misleading. You need at least one of those things, probably all three, to see real results. The lack of independent student reviews is concerning as well. We have no idea if people are actually making money with this system. And the reality is, reviving old leads has low open rates and low conversion rates. This is not the fast path to profit that Joel claims. Now, there's a more consistent way to build an online business. Instead of begging businesses for access to their old databases and trying to revive dead leads with low conversion rates, what if you could generate fresh, high intent leads from people actively searching for services right now? That's the digital leasing model, or what I like to call local SEO lead generation. You build simple websites that rank for local service keywords. Then you partner with local businesses like concrete contractors, roofers, or electricians. When leads come through your website, you send them to your client and earn a commission, typically 5 to 10% of the sale, or a flat monthly fee between $500 and $3,000. Here's why this model is better than relying Here's why this model is better than reviving old leads. First, you're generating new, warm leads from people actively searching on Google. These aren't cold leads that have been sitting in a database for months or even years. These are people who need a service right now and are ready to buy. Second, you don't need access to anyone's database. You own the asset. You control the entire process. You're not dependent on convincing business owners to trust you with their customer data. Third, you don't need high ticket sales closing skills. Third, you don't need high ticket sales closing skills. When you go to pitch a business owner, you're already going to have leads because you Third, you don't need high ticket sales closing skills. You create these digital assets ahead of time before you go to pitch business owners, so that when you do go to pitch business owners, you already have leads available to let them trial. It's an easy sell once you let the business owner try out your marketing results ahead of time instead of promising them a potential benefit in the future. If you throw a handful of business owners the leads you're generating with your website through Google, at least one of them is going to stick and want to work with you. And like I said, the leads that you're providing them are high intent. When people type things into Google to find like a local business in their local area, these are people that are ready to buy now. They're looking for a service immediately. Emergency plumber, roof repair, stuff like that, right? These are people that need a service now, and your business owner partner is going to be ready to serve them and pay you a commission on the deal. And when you target high ticket niches like roofing, that commission check can be substantial, in the thousands of dollars even. Fourth, the income is consistent and predictable. Once your site ranks on Google, it can generate leads on autopilot. You're not dealing with spam filters, email deliverability issues, or low open rates. You're just connecting supply with demand. It's basic economics. Comparing lead reviving to digital leasing is like cold calling everyone in your AOL email list in your old AOL mail address book versus having friends locked into a cable channel's nightly lineup. On that AOL list, you burn through time dialing numbers that no longer work, reaching people who change jobs or barely remember you, and repeating the same pitch hoping a tiny fraction still care. That's like an AI plus human closer team grinding through sales CRM records where most leads are dead or low intent. Friends reruns in a fixed slot Friends reruns in a fixed slot keep pulling in viewers every week even though the episodes were filmed years ago. Digital leasing behaves the same way. Once a site ranks because leads keep showing up with very low overhead and little daily effort. Digital leasing is the most reliable way to build passive income online because each ranked website becomes a digital asset that produces recurring revenue with almost no ongoing effort. Instead of reviving old, cold leads or mastering high ticket sales, you're generating warm, motivated leads from people actively searching on Google. I can't emphasize enough that once your lead gen site ranks, it behaves like a self running engine that delivers exclusive leads to a local business that pays you consistently in return. You're not fighting spam filters. You're not trying to convince skeptical business owners to give you database access. You're not grinding through low conversion outreach campaigns. With digital leasing or local SEO lead generation, you own the website. You choose who to work with. You set the rates. You can build a portfolio of sites that generate passive income for years without the grind of cold outreach and high ticket closing. Look, I'm not saying Joel Yee's system can't work. Joel himself has made millions and has a legitimate track record in high ticket sales. If you already have sales skills, business relationships,